My mom was in her late 50s when one day she came up to me and she just says, "Hey, Lou, I'm thinking about opening a restaurant." And I remember looking at my mother and I'm thinking, because wouldn't dare say this, but I'm thinking, Mom, you've never done this before. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know how hard it is. But I knew my mom was looking at me and she's thinking, hey, Lou's opened up some businesses. He's been pretty successful. If he can do it, I can do it. And I got to be honest with you, I was pretty proud of my mom for even thinking about opening up a restaurant. Unfortunately, though, my mom passed away before she was able to launch that restaurant. What I want to do today is I'm going to tell you what I would have told my mom. I'm going to share with you what I call 6 tips for starting a business later in life. And specifically what I'll do is I'm going to get into some side hustle business kind of tips. But I'll tell you 6 tips for starting a business later in life. And that, my friends, that's up next right here on Over 50 TV. Welcome back to Over 50 TV. My name is Lou Reyes, and before the break, I told you what I would do is share with you 6 tips for starting a business later in life. And I'm going to share those tips with you in just a minute. But before I do that, what I want to do is just let you know, or maybe remind you, that I do have a free side hustle starter kit. You can get that kit by just clicking on the link in the description box. Now, I also have just started creating a live version of that kit. It goes a little bit deeper, or maybe I should say actually a lot deeper into the printed PDF version. Plus, it's live, so that could help you if you're somebody who likes to learn through video. But I do have the live version. It's on the Side Hustle Theater Patreon page. You'll have to sign up for that, but you can get that kit. You can get that live version of the kit. You can get that every single week. I upload a new chapter. There are 8 chapters to the kit. That's something you can get through Side Hustle Theater. So listen, let's get right to the point, because what I want to do really is I want to share with you six tips for starting a business later in life. We're going to start with tip number 1. Tip number 1, avoid allowing others to limit your goals. As we get older, as you get older, as I get older, we could have people in our life who try to persuade us away from what we would just call the entrepreneurial lifestyle. Your family, your friends, they've got good intentions, but they can also limit your dreams. And they may remind you that it's difficult to start a new business as you get older because you have other responsibilities. We've got children, we've got aging parents, and we've got other people that can take up a lot of our time and present challenges when you're starting a business. But knowing these challenges, knowing that they exist, can also help you to make contingency plans for when that time is right. So whatever you do, don't allow others to limit your dreams. Tip number 2, ignore your age. Dreams, they don't have expiration dates. And entrepreneurs don't have age limits. As they say, you're only as old as you feel. So if you feel like taking on the rigors of starting a new business, let your age be the last thing on your mind as you move forward with your business plans. One thing we know from statistics that are out there right now is that 26% of all new businesses are being started by people 55 and older. They want to launch a business. So whatever you do, don't let age get in your way. Tip number 3, be open to learning from others. The most successful entrepreneurs are open to learning new ideas. There's no doubt about that. So what you could do is stay up to date on new advancements in your field. And you can do that either by keeping in the loop yourself, or by doing something I do, which is I hire contractors who have experiences or knowledge that I don't have, and I can certainly learn from them. Another thing you can do, find a mentor with successful business experience in the field that you want to get into. What you do when you find a mentor is you find that you will cut through the learning curve. You'll make money faster. And this is another thing that I did for myself. I found a mentor, actually a young mentor, who helped me when I decided I was going to go ahead and launch my YouTube channel. I found somebody who knew YouTube, understood social media, and it saved me probably thousands of dollars, and I know it cut the learning curve, and it probably saved me months, if not years. Tip number 4, get your family involved. Now, how involved that you have your family involved in your new business? Well, that's obviously up to you, but it's also up to them. I know that there are many successful entrepreneurs out there who have family members involved in their business. And whether they have them involved because they need their expertise or they want to be close, or maybe what their intentions are is to pass that business off to the family member. There are just so many reasons to get a family member involved. But I'll tell you what the impact is. For me, the impact is that I was able to work with my daughters as they were growing up. They came into the office. They actually had good positions in my business. They were contributing, and it just left me with many, many fond memories. So for me, bringing in a family member, whether it's your child or your spouse, it's something to consider. Not everybody's going to do it. Not everybody wants to do it. But it can definitely help you if you're growing that business, because what you do have is you have someone who's going to be dedicated, someone who's going to work hard for you because they want to help you to realize their dream. And the fact is that they really do care about you and they love you, and you absolutely can't put a price on that. Tip number 5, consider the impact of your business. Whether it's a side hustle or a full-time business, consider the impact on your personal life. Ask yourself, how is this business going to affect my family? How is it going to affect my job? Maybe you're going to keep your full-time job. Will this business venture be exciting? Yeah, but it's got consequences. So it's important to consider the full impact of your new business on your personal life. Ask yourself, will you be able to spend time with your children and your spouse as you launch your business? Is that time going to be curtailed? Your personal finance, that's another area that can be deeply affected by any new business. How are you going to pay for the business? Now, if your plan involves draining your personal finances, which can happen rather easily, well, you know what? You may think about getting a loan, but that's going to affect your entire family. It's important to discuss all of these changes, all of these challenges with your family before you launch your new business. Tip number 6, consider the impact of your parents on your new business venture. It's something that we, as people who are a bit older, we have to concern ourselves with. As your parents age, they could have or could become dependent on you. Can you handle the complexities of being an entrepreneur and also caring for your parents? You know, younger entrepreneurs, they've got decades or may have decades before they've got to worry about caring for their aging parents. However, as an older entrepreneur, we don't have this luxury. We may have to handle multiple roles at the same time, and you've got to kind of figure out how you can juggle or balance your lifestyle and your finances to manage everything that's going on around you. Can you afford to start a new business if your parents need your help? And these are questions, deep questions that you really want to consider and should consider before you decide to launch a business, whether it's a full-time gig or a side hustle. Well, I've just laid out the 6 tips for starting a business later in life. One thing I want to say, you can become a successful entrepreneur, and you can build a strong business at any age. And it's not a cliche, you can do it. However, it is important to stay aware of the challenges that come with being an entrepreneur and make plans. Make plans that can help you to overcome the challenges that you will or could face. I want to stress one thing, and I want to make sure that I do say this in this video. If you do decide to start a side hustle, some of the severity of these challenges, if you do run into them, some of that severeness will be mitigated by the fact that you have a side hustle rather than a full-time gig. I'm always going to recommend starting a side hustle first, but either way, don't let your age get in your way. Don't let friends, family dissuade you from doing or living your dream. If you feel strongly that you can do this, and if you've taken these 6 steps, if you've looked at all the things that I've outlined and you follow them, then you know what? You should be on your way to starting your own business. Well, that's all I've got for you today, folks. I do want to remind you, though, I do have the Side Hustle Starter Kit. It's free. It's in the description box. There's a link in there. You click on it, you'll get the Side Hustle Starter Kit. If you want the live version, you'll have to sign up for Side Hustle Theater on Patreon. You can get that live version if that's how you like to learn. I know for me, I like learning through videos, so that's about it. Well, that's all I got for you. Thank you for watching this video. I look forward to talking to you again soon. Have a great day, everybody.